Your home and garden. Welcome to the Yours Home and Garden Show. Come on, everyone. So today I'm going to take you for a walk through my yard, and you'll see all the plants I have in the ground. And I'm starting from the west side, front west side, and you'll see the plants in the ground. This is a mango tree, of course. There's one over here and one right on the gate. And like I said, this is my fence I'm getting ready to put up. And here's another mango tree. These I placed in the ground the first year I was on this property, and I've been on this property 4 years now, and this tree has grown tremendously. Look how tall it is. And that's a 4-year-old mango tree. It's grown tremendously. Very big. These are banana mangoes. Do you see this long leaf right here? The mangoes grow as long as this leaf. Honestly, they do. So banana mangoes, they grow very long, very skinny, very hairy too. And this is that's the 4-year-old tree. Here's the other 4-year-old tree next to it. And that's grown pretty big too. This I just put it in the ground this year. And these, of course, are regular mango trees, like mangolas that I have here. And this, you've seen this before. This tree is on the episode of The Wonderful World of Mangoes. And this bear lots and lots of beautiful, tasty mangolas. So, I have 3 rows here, and you will get to see the pattern eventually. This is the third. This was planted also my first year here, and that is the size. That's a 4-year-old mango tree. I had an avocado tree here die, and yeah, I did cry about that. And I placed a mango tree in here because they usually never fail. That's another one that was planted. And so was this one. This one we met in the yard. And it just sprung up real nicely because I started to take care of it. I started to edge it, around it, and clean up around it. And there you are. Now, this is a macadamia tree. I got this tree from a family friend in Fort Lauderdale. And I showed him a picture of it when it started to spring up. And he said, go ahead and put it in the ground because they grow pretty fast, pretty quickly. So that's a macadamia tree. Macadamia tree. There you go. Avocado. I placed this in the ground also. Actually, this was dying on this side. You can see it was dying here. And I literally prayed over this tree. And I started to just edge around it, clean it up, put some good soil on it. And the other side sprung up nicely. And now it's growing really good in the yard. I meant this in the yard. This is an orange tree. I meant this in the yard. This is a special tree. This is another orange tree. I bought this for my husband's birthday. When we were at our other property, he had an orange tree, beautiful orange tree, budding orange tree, growing oranges. And guess what I did? I decided to transplant that tree, and it didn't make it. It got flooded out because we had a pond in that yard. And when the pond flood overflow, the orange tree caught some of it, and I couldn't pull it up in time to recover it. So this is my apology tree to him. So that's a special orange tree in the yard. And these, of course, if you watch my episode on transplanting lime trees, these are the lime trees here. Another mango. And if you look here, I'll give you a view down here. There are 3 rows I put in the ground. So the first row is here. This is the middle row. And then this is the outside row here in the yard. So they're all in order in the yard. And here's the other set of lime trees that were transplanted in the lemon episode. Another mango tree I placed in the yard. Now this mango is very special. We bought this from a gentleman who has a farmyard, and he sells trees. And this is an orange mango tree. Orange mango tree. So we'll see what it produces. Actually, the name is still on it down here. Can you see it? orange, yeah, orange mango tree. You put in the ground. And he told us it doesn't need much water. And it doesn't. They grew all by themselves. So that's 3 years old. Mango tree. And on this side, the first row here, this is a Florida peach tree. Okay, there's two types of peach trees. Florida peach tree and Georgia peach trees. And we have both in our yard. Florida as well as Georgia peach trees. Okay. And of course, this is my pride and joy lemon tree. That was on the episode like I was telling you about. And of course, this is another tree that was in my episode about planting avocados. And this one is my pride and joy. This came from the seed and grew up. And I just love the fact that it grew so round, so circular. So I really love that tree. And this is the other mango tree we purchased from the farm yard with the guy is actually an engineer. He was a former engineer, got into farming and agriculture, and he started to mix trees. This is one of his secret trees. I cannot give you the name of this tree, okay? Because he asked us not to say the name or not to tell anyone about this tree, but it's one of those experimental mango trees, and we got one from him to try it in the yard. When it bears, I'll let you know. I'll show it to you. And this, yes, this is a cherry tree. In the episode of we blessing our cherry tree, my husband blessed the tree. This is a cherry tree. We had some situation with this blowing, so we literally tied it down, put more dirt on top of it so it can stay in the ground, because around May, we usually have some tornado-like winds around here, and this got shaken up, so we took the time. We said, well, two choices. Either dig deeper and put it down deeper, but that'll take up the roots again and disturb the growth of the tree, or just tie it down and cover it with more dirt. And that's what we decided to do, because we didn't want to lose the tree. Playing around with the roots is playing around with the life of a tree, so we didn't want to play with this tree. I love it. This is a ackee tree, and I'm getting ready to do an episode on ackee trees. And I got this actually from the front of my yard, on the east side, front of the yard, and it was just growing in the wrong spot, so I transplanted it here to the west side of the yard. And those coconut trees, palm trees, they were here when we came. This is another ackee tree. Our neighbor, my husband's friend, and our neighbor, he gave us this tree, another ackee tree. He said it came straight from Jamaica. I just say question mark about that, but that's what he said, okay? And here's a pattern. I guess you can see the pattern better this way with the 3 rows of plants that I put down in the yard. This is the west side of my yard. And this coconut tree, I was able, 4 years ago, I was able to reach up and almost touch the coconuts, and now they're so high. It just grew a lot because I've been doing a lot with the yard and a lot of fertilizing and taking care of the roots. And this, of course, if you saw the episode with our peach tree, this is the Georgia peach tree. So these are the Georgia peaches, and they bought, we harvest peaches from this tree this year already. We're waiting to harvest peaches from the Florida peach tree. And these are some more avocados. I'm coming to the back of the yard now, west side, backyard. These went down this year. They were under my garden, under the big mango tree, under my garden, and they were just outgrowing. They had no space to grow up. So I took them out and just transplanted them. And these, of course, have been here for 3 years. These are all avocados, all 3 of them avocados. They've been here for 3 years. And this one is growing even more. You see the new leaves on top there? Nice. This tree is in the way again. My husband cut this down already, and it looks as if we have to cut it down again because it's getting too close to the wire. But yes. And here we go. Those are just decorations, of course. This is another mango tree. I placed this down in the yard when we first came. This was already in a pot, and it's grown really well. This is a perfect spot for a mango tree, by the way. When this grows really, really big, I'm definitely putting either a swing or a chair under this tree because it's sitting smack in the middle of 3 pine trees. Right there. Right here. It's just a great spot to be. Great spot to grow. This is a Connep tree. I love these this fruit, Conneps from the Bahamas. It's a tropical fruit tree. This is at least 10 years old now. I put a seed in the ground on my last property and I placed it in a pot, and I brought that pot with me and put this in the ground, and this is what's happening. But I pray it grows. I think all the ups and downs with this tree it's taking long to grow, but I asked it to grow, to begin to bear, bring me some harvest. And of course I put some soil, good soil down there. You'll see the blackness down there because I usually put nice soil on this tree so it can bear. Back here, this is my backyard. In my backyard. On my last property, I bought these trees. Here it is. Here's one of them. Mango tree. See how tall that is? I actually transplanted this tree out of my yard, my old yard, and brought this with me. Okay? And this is another Connep tree. It was bigger than this. I dug this out of the ground too from my last house, and I bought it here. I had a tough time getting this to grow, but I didn't give up on this tree. A part of it had died, still didn't give up. I just kept praying for it, watered it, and fertilized it, and now here it is, 4 years later. And I know it's going to do good things in a few years to come. Here's another one. I brought this with me. I transplanted this also from my old yard. So, this here, transplant, as well as these back here. See how tall they are? They were uprooted from the ground in my old house and placed here. Now these, they came out of the pots from this property that I had here, so these are new. Okay, this don't belong here. Goodbye. You don't belong here. So I decided, because my yard goes from street to street, I decided that I wanted some privacy in case I want to come out and do some cooking or grilling or just relax. So I went ahead and I bought these hedges here, and then a straight line down here. This patch is open because it's just hard roots and stones, and I just couldn't get a decent soil in the ground there. But it's okay, because what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to cover this part of the fence. It'll be okay. And so here's the other ones. It's right down here, and it looks pretty good at night, by the way, when the lights lit up. So all of these are my transplanted mango trees, Connep trees at the back, and there's some set of avocado trees here. And now that's the back, so front to back. And this baby, she got planted in the ground also 4 years ago. Here she is. She's at the back, and she's in the perfect spot to be a big, beautiful mango tree. And that's why I need to edge up my backyard and get some privacy, because when these babies grow, it's going to be party going back here, okay? Good parties, though. Nothing crazy. Good parties. Here we go. This is another mango tree right here. So I've taken you from the front west side to the back south side of my property, and now you see all the beautiful fruit trees. Thank you for joining us. Until next time.